Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome. I'm here to help you be successful at using your machine at home, okay? So if you have a second, feel free to come to the website and you can look around at the different recipes. There's fruit smoothies, there's going to be frappuccinos, hot soups, peanut butter, hummus, salad dressing, grinding your flour, so many things that it can do, okay? So what I'm going to show you now is how we make a hot soup, okay? This is something that's really cool. Not only can we freeze in this, but we can also boil. How do we do that? Really quickly, if you want to make ice cream or anything really cold in your machine, you're going to have to add something cold, ice, okay? So now how do you make something really hot? Well, we're going to take these things right here. We have a carrot, which I'll show you really quick how this can be a food processor, okay? So if you have your carrot, I did this the other night to make some hamburger soup, and it calls for grated carrot. Well, I didn't want to sit and grate up the carrot, especially when I knew I had this, right? So all I did was turned it on. And just like that. So I got it up to about the 3. I kept it on variable. And as you'll notice, you have nice little pieces. Now if you want it even more than that, you can do it even more than that. I did it a little bit more than that. But that's how you do a food processor. So if you want to chop up your onion or anything like that, just keep it on that low variable, because remember, this is the world's slowest and fastest blender, okay? So now we're going to take our tomato and celery. Those 3 ingredients are going to be the base of our soup, okay? So now I'm going to add the flavor of my soup. So I want to add some bouillon. The kind I recommend is, it's called Rapunzel, and you can buy it at Whole Foods or Wegmans, or there's a lot of other stores, I'm sure. This one has no salt added. I like the one with sea salt. That's my favorite. So it's Rapunzel vegan vegetable bouillon, and my favorite one is with the sea salt. But if you're watching your sodium intake, then you could get the one I have right now, which is the no salt added, okay? So the Rapunzel, we're just going to put some of that in. And this is going to give us our flavor, okay? So we've got that, and then we're going to take garlic, and we don't even have to peel our garlic, okay? So what I'm going to do is just take some of the garlic off of this. And remember, garlic is antiviral, right? Antibacterial. It's so great for you. But it also can stay on your taste buds for a long time. So depending on how much garlic you like, you may want to cut it in half, or you can leave it in whole. Whichever you want to do, you do. And remember, you can leave that right on, okay? Now the most important part, in my opinion, is this spice. It's called Southwest Spice Blend, okay? You can't get this at the normal store. You can get it online, and you actually can get it 20% off. And if you look to the side on the website, you'll see get your discounted spice, and you get 20% off if you enter a code. So be sure to, when you go to, it's actually blended up, that's the name of the spice, and the link will be right there, so you can click on the link and you can enter the code, and not only can you get the spice, but you can also get that discount, okay? Now, why is this so great? It's so great because we used to use a whole bunch of different spices to get the taste just right on the soup, but guess what? What they've done with this spice is taken all of the best ingredients, and it took a long time, okay, to get these ingredients just right, but they did it for you, okay? There's no MSG, it uses only the best ingredients. So when you make tortilla soup, if you want it to taste like it did in the demo, this is it, okay? So you're just going to take about a teaspoon of that and just put it right in there. And remember, it's called Blend It Up Southwest Spice. They also have a really good Italian one as well, and also a really good curry one, which I use for the Thai ginger soup. So now we have all of our base, and we have all of our spice, which are so key. Now I'm going to take 2.5 cups of water, okay? This is not hot water, this is just normal water. So there's 2.5 cups, okay? Now, we're going to really heat this baby up. How do we boil? How do we make something hot in the Vitamix? Well, remember those blades are going 240 miles an hour, right? That's 2 horsepower, that's 37,000 RPMs. That's a lot of blending going out there. So the Vitamix cooks with friction. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start it on low, okay? And then you quickly turn it to 10 and then up to high and let it go. And just by being up on high, that is what is going to start heating the water. Up to the point that if we left it for 8 minutes, it would be boiling. I don't want my soup boiling. I just want it nice and hot to drink. Just like that, there's our hot soup. Can you see that? Steam, baby. So what I was sign languaging to you was that if you have really cold water, then you're going to let it go a little longer. If it's lukewarm, then maybe 4 minutes. If you started with pretty warm water, maybe you only need 3 minutes, okay? And depending on the temperature that you're going for, that's what you do. Now I'm going to take it down to variable in 1, okay? And I'm just going to let it spin around. What I've done is I've made the broth of my soup. So let's say my daughter had her tonsils out, or my son is sick and we just want nice clear broth. That's how you do it. You put any vegetables in here and boom. Just make it nice and smooth to go down that pipe, okay? But most of us want to have some texture. So now I'm going to add my texture, and I do that with a couple of things. I'm going to add a little bit of spinach, okay? And I can just drop it right in there. And what I do, this is super fun, okay? Now, if you have one of the models that has a pulse, this is where you just do the pulse, is right there, okay? Just pulse, pulse, pulse. This one doesn't have a pulse, so that's easy. What I do is I can just turn it to like 3, and I can do on, off, on, off, on, off. The other option I have is to stay variable and 1 and on, and then take it up and down. And all I did was take those blades so they go a little faster and then back down. And what that did, if you can see in there, I've made that nice green fleck because I don't want a big thing of spinach, right? I just want that nice green fleck. Now, it's the world's slowest blender, I said, right? So it's only going 11 miles an hour. That's why it's not chopping up the spinach like it did, like it pureed all the rest of the ingredients. I only have it going 11 miles an hour. So that spinach is going to keep going around in there, and it's not going to get pureed like it did my first ingredients. Cool, right? So now I'm going to add 2 more things. Now, if you have a cookbook, then you will know that this recipe is in there, or maybe you don't because maybe it was too heavy to open that day. But it is in there, and you can. The great thing about tortilla soup is that you can put as little or as many ingredients as you want in it, okay? So now I'm going to take some corn, put it in there, and some tortilla chips. That's right. What would tortilla soup be without tortilla chips? And don't worry, it's just on 1. So it's just going to chop those up and make them just perfect for our soup. And just like that, you have homemade tortilla soup in less than about 4 minutes. Yep, just like that. And here we are with our tortilla soup. Delicious and nutritious. Now, you can go to the store and you can buy a can and eat soup with a whole bunch of different types of ingredients that you can't even pronounce. Or you can simply buy the raw vegetables and ingredients and put them in and make your own soup. Bon appetit. My favorite.